Hi folks, thank you for joining me. My name is Nick and we're on the Commodore 64 looking at a game called Tapper, published by Sega in 1984 and based on the arcade game by Bally in 1983. It's a game we've already reviewed on the ZX Spectrum and very recently on the Atari 2600, so I thought we'd have a look to see what it looks like on the Commodore 64. Now, I prefer the Atari 2600 version to the Spectrum version because it moves so quick and was easy to control, so let's see what goes on here. But we take on the role of this bartender down the right hand side, and by firing glasses filled with beer that we fill up, we have to feed all the patrons coming in. Now once there's no customers left, then that's it, we complete the stage. Occasionally they will finish drinking their glasses and throw that back along the bar top and we must collect those. If any glasses smash or if any of the patrons get to the end of the bar top, then we lose a life. Now this version seems a bit more trickier than the Atari 2600 version because it's slower to fill up the beer and the customers come in a little bit quicker. Oh man. Yankee Doodle Dandy music playing in the background, and this is a lot more difficult than the Atari 2600 version. Now graphically it's the best of the versions I've played so far, as I lost a glass there as you might have known. So graphically it's the best, playability it's better than the Spectrum version, hooray! And we've completed the level, but I still prefer the Atari 2600 version. Now, there's 4 bars to progress to of different difficulties. We're still on the western stage where we have to keep these cowboys filled up with beer. Then it goes to an athlete's bar, then a punk rocker's bar, and then a space bar at the end. Will I get to that? Well, it's unlikely because this seems to be the most difficult version of the 3 I've tried so far. So let's just concentrate. Let's try and get these people fed and try and get to the at least the athlete's bar. You can run up along the bar to collect these glasses to save yourself a bit of time, but it takes you further away from the beer kegs, and man do they take a while to fill up compared to the Atari 2600 version. Do check out that review, it was quite recent, in the last couple of weeks actually in the time of recording. Now these people that stop to have a drink and then fire the glass back, I'm not a fan of those. I want the people just to drink their drink and then just leave. That's how a friendly barkeep I am. 4 bars here. There's probably a tactic to get rid of these people as quickly as possible. Oh man, drink outside. I should just have a rule saying 1 drink each. The Spectrum version, the music got a bit annoying after a while. This isn't too bad. It's quite easy on the ear. Oh man, this, as I said in all the other reviews of this game, he definitely needs help. Now, what's your favourite version of this? Is it the Atari 2600? Is it the Commodore 64? Or is it the Spectrum? Or is it another version I haven't played yet? I don't think this came out on the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, the system we cover. Let me know if that's not the case, but I'd be very surprised if it did, because I don't think it would be a big seller, the sort of audience that had that console. But you never know, it might have happened. The bar's getting a bit too full up now. I'm losing control of this thing. My strategy must be rubbish. What seems to be missing on this version as well is which is on the Atari 2600 version. Once you complete the stage, there's some dancing girls up the top here. This doesn't seem to have those. They've gone away. But it's a cute version. If you're a fan of the arcade game, you would have liked this as well. And I almost finished that. If you send a glass of beer and there's no customer, it will smash and that will cost you a life. Yes. Doesn't really feel like a Commodore 64 game, does it really? But it's nice to see. Feels quite nice to play. I think a kid would have liked this back in the day. It's pretty addictive. Feels a bit like although the graphics are a lot better, it feels like an LCD game where you have to do one task and it just gradually gets more and more difficult. I can't collect both of these at the same time. Yeah, that was always going to happen. A nice glass smashing noise. I do like the sounds that this SID chip of the Commodore 64 can push out. And that's the end of our go. Shall we have another go? Yes, already. Right, so this seems quite easy now. There we go. Take care of them as quickly as possible. If you dawdle, then it gets more and more difficult. So, in theory, Watch out for people stopping and drinking. Oh, man, there's one. Oh, they're stopping and drinking. I don't like those customers. Collect those glasses because it gives the other bars more time to fill up. These cowboys. Maybe it should turn into a self-service bar, perhaps. Now, if you know any tactics for this, let me know. But as I say, these reviews are just for fun. Just to see what it would have been like on your first or second go of the game, rather than any details walkthroughs. But we all know this. People that have been to the channel a while. Always a struggle to grow the channel because there's so many other channels to choose from. So if you like what you see and you've got friends that you think might like it, or people in forums that you belong to, please give me a shout, let them know what's going on here as well, and hopefully we get a few more people as well as we slowly grind our way towards 2,000 subscribers. And it is a slow process, I'd say. Beers for everyone. There you go, sir. I try and keep you entertained. I'll put up as many videos as I humanly can. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky. Some videos are quicker to produce than others, and sometimes you spend quite a long time on a video and you think it's going to be good, and then it gets hardly any attention. But anyway, here is the mini game, which I'm never very good at, but let's just keep an eye on the pot he hasn't shaken to try and get an idea where that's going to go. Right. My eyes have already gone cross-eyed. Which one is it? And it blows up in our face, which proves it was the wrong one, and it flashes that one. Hopefully we can do this. Right, we're on to the sports bar now. Jockeys and all sorts of athletes are coming in who should know better. They shouldn't be drinking alcohol if they're into their sports. The music has changed, you might have noticed. What's this song called? Let's Go Into the Ballpark or something. It's a baseball song, so it's nice that the tune's changing each time. I don't think the Spectrum version did that. It was the same grating music. I'm starting to struggle with memory now. Oh man. I don't think we're going to get to the punk rockers bar. This is too tricky. Maybe I should have looked up some cheats. But even those other bars, they get more tricky. More people come in. But it's the same sort of gameplay. I do like the way he holds his head when a glass smashes. But it's a good business. He needs to employ more staff. But that's pretty obvious, isn't it, really? Right, you see those hearts on the top right? I think that might be our lives we've got left. Get out of the bar. I mean, what sort of bars they have it where the same person serving is the same person collecting the glasses and he's operating 4 bars at the same time? How does that work? I would like to have seen his business plan when he went to the bank manager for a loan to start up this business. Nincompoop. Ow, glass smashing all over the place. Yes, those hearts on the top right are our lives. We've only got 2 left. We're going to need a miracle to get past this stage. Right. Yes. We're slowly losing it. We're slowly losing it. That graphic when the glass smashes is quite nice. Beers for everyone in this hot weather. There you go, sports people. They look like jockeys, a lot of them. They're doing the movement that they're on a horse, but I don't think they are. Right, last life left. On the Atari 2600 version, I had a strategy where I just did 2 people at a time, left the 3rd one. That seemed to work. Doesn't seem to be working too well on this, so we'll abandon that. Just clear the bars as quickly as you possibly can. Oh, I can't collect all these glasses. Oh no, oh, curses, blast, damn. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. Shall we have another go? Shall we? I think we should have another go, yes. Right, I'm determined now. I've got my skills. I was just about to end it, but come on, let's get to the sports bar and get past that. Collect that glass. Go. Oh, he stopped and drunk. Why has he done that for? Probably because I was too slow. Yankee Doodle Dandy's back again. This game, cool, it makes it difficult for yourself, this. Why do they sometimes go quickly? Oh man. Maybe I should deliberately lose a life here. So you start with 4 lives, get progressively more difficult, but this should be the easy stage. I don't know why I'm making hard weather of this. Go! Oh man, this is an alcoholics keep coming into my bar. 1 drink and get out. Get out. Right, get out, you. Right, at last. Man, what a tricky game. I need to get some robot staff in, like that Star Wars film. What was that one? Attack of the Clones? Was that in the robot bar? Let me know about that. As always, oh man, as always, if you've got a favourite Commodore 64 game, let me know and I'll try and get it to work and review it. It's quite a lot on the list already. I can't get every game to work, I must admit. So if I can get them to work, I would do. This one is already a replacement for another game I couldn't get working. Test Drive 2, I had a few versions of that, but it just kept crashing on certain bits. So we got Tapper instead. Hope that's a good replacement. Super Monaco, I couldn't get that to work either, unfortunately. I'll try a few different versions. But a game with beer in's always good, isn't it? As a replacement, maybe. Burger Time, that must be another one I can have a look at. A nice simple game. But we're zipping through my lives here, aren't we? It's not looking good to get to the sports bar. On the Atari 2600 one that we looked at, I got to the Punk Rockers bit, which is the third bar along, but I didn't get to the space bar. Look at that graphic as the glasses spin, that's nice. Don't recall that happening on any other versions. If you are a bartender, comment below. Is this a sort of like similar style that you use, or do you adopt another method? No one gets served quicker than in this bar, so you can't complain. I'm used to waving a £5 note or whatever for a way, like a wally, about 3 loads of people back. Most bars seem to employ slightly less staff than's needed to try and keep it busy or uncomfortable. I don't know why that is. It's a cost-cutting thing, I'd imagine. And this bar's getting way too busy now. At least there's no bar fights, which happen in a lot of westerns. Hey, Susanna, oh, won't you cry for me? Was it Hosanna? Josanna? No, I'm not making any progress here. Come on, I just want to see those athletes. I want to work in an athlete bar with fit people coming in. And, yes. Does this guy look a bit like Super Mario? A little bit, maybe. Right, he's got no beer. You can't order any food in this place, thank goodness. Maybe there's a food place next door. Can you imagine if you ordered custard and it started coming like this? Your roast dinner, sir. You don't want to get those mixed up. Last one. Oh, I made heavy work of that. So 9,350 points. Right, this could be our last chance to get this right. So keep an eye on the one that he hasn't shaken. Right, what does that leave? Keep your eye on it, folks. Keep your eye on it, folks. Right, I think I know it now. Ooh. Yay! Thank goodness for that. I didn't do that on the Atari 2600 review. And we're back to the athletes bar, which we know I'm not going to complete because my skill level isn't really up to the challenge. Hooray! Nice shadow underneath the bars. Add a bit of depth there. Nice sun umbrellas as well. Let's go into the ballpark and smash lots of glasses. In the UK, if you hear a glass smash, I think it's traditional for everyone to shout hooray. Such is the mentality of people in pubs. Right, I don't know how many beers I've served in this review, but a lot. Probably about 8,000 gallons. All these people, I hope they've had a good time, if they remember it at least, which I'm sure they won't do. Oh, if someone gets to the end of the bar, they will throw you across it, so hopefully that doesn't happen. People will get very impatient wanting to get served in this place. Right, 3 people, all at the same time. I think a coach has arrived and they've all got out and they all want to get served at the same time. And they drink quite quickly. I mean, I couldn't drink a pint in, what are they, less than about 10 seconds. This is speed drinking. These athletes, perhaps they're all darts players. Darts players used to drink a lot of beer. They probably still do. I don't think that affects you, does it? No, actually, I don't want to be standing next to a drunk darts player. That sounds dangerous. Player 1 up. So there's multiple players if you want to do that. Turn-based, it must be. Let me know if you had this game. Did you get much enjoyment from it? Or did you get bored of it quite quickly and never played it again? Always love hearing from you. Those ones at the top are getting quite near. Now, if you get to the bottom, you can, or the bottom bar, you can just put down it, put you to the top one. so you know, can manoeuvre quite quickly, but the chap is quite slow here. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. We will end it there. That was Tapper on the Commodore 64, published by Sega in 1984 and based on the arcade game by Bally in 1983. Got any thoughts about that one? Then please put those below. You're always more than welcome. Massive thanks to everyone that's subscribed so far and helping the channel grow. Tell your friends, tell your tennis partners, tell everyone in the whole universe. If you want to help a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help. And until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.